Hi guys, it's me. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. It's Saturday, and I came to just voice some stuff that's going through my head because I'm bored at the moment. I have no money until next week. I haven't got any backing. But I'm in a magical mood, and I'm thinking of something. But I'm thinking about spellcraft. What to do, what I need right now, and I'm looking at videos on YouTube because a lot of people say, well, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way, you need to cast a circle, which is fine and good. I have cast a few circles and stuff, and I have crafted a few spells. But recently, I was on a bus. I was going to Barnstable with a friend of mine, and this guy was texting someone, and he had the most annoying text tone ever, and I was thinking, oh, flipping heck, you know. Now this may cast, this may be a case of selfishness or something like that, but I don't think it's cast in a case of doing any harm. So anyway, we were on this bus, and I had my wand with me. For some reason, I took it with me out, and so I decided to cast a spell, and I didn't have any kind of spells on me or anything like that. I didn't have any books or anything or any incantations. So I thought about it. I was thinking about it, and I came up with a spell in my head. And I looked at him, the guy on the other side, and just kind of like just waved my wand and just said some words. Because there was an incantation that I thought up. I thought, okay, right, yeah, got it. And so I did it. It worked. There and then, it actually worked. That's an example of a fire spell. Because fire spells are instantaneous. They have a lot of intent behind them. And okay, they're not always instantaneous, but you know, if you think about a fire, setting a fire, and you know, as you know, with fires with buildings and stuff, you know, they can destroy really quickly and things like that. That's kind of the energy of the fire spell, so they work really quickly. Anyway, this worked. Now, I've been thinking about this because this has happened in my life a few times, and I've not had to cast any circles or anything like that, and for me, magic works that way, and I'm trying to think about what I was doing on the other occasions and the circumstances, but I think it was more the urgency. Also, my friend was with me at the time, and I felt really positive. It was a good time, we had a good weekend and stuff. But I think it's when magic works best if you're in a positive atmosphere. If you've got positive thoughts, if you're in a positive mood, that's when magic works better. And I personally don't deal with deities or worship deities or that kind of thing. There have been a few times when I put them in my spells or incantations because they represent certain things in my mind and in my thinking when I'm writing down my spells. And so I want the power that they represent, or the strength of the power that they represent in my spell. And so I focus on that and I write it down, and it's kind of like the energy of the universe is mixing with my intent, or strengthening my intent when I write down the spell, and if I cast it as well. Because magic, as we all know, comes from within, comes from us. My work is mainly with energies, not specifically gods or goddesses, although I do kind of respect the god and goddess. Particularly for me, when I used to be a Christian, God for me was if anything, I like to work around goddess energies. If anything, in my life I find it easier to approach or talk to or interact with a female or females in life. Don't know why. But generally I work with energies. I try to no, I forgot what I was going to say now. Nope, it's gone. No, I work with energies as opposed to deities. And I don't often cast circles in order to do my magic. That's not because of the fact that I don't think casting circles is necessary, because sometimes it is. And it's a really good thing to do, because you're in a space that you create, which is sacred. It's a barrier between the negative and you. But I don't think that magic is necessarily doesn't work ceremoniously. You don't need to have a ceremony in order to touch magic or use magic, because magic is a natural thing. Magic works in every day. You get up every day, you open your eyes every day, you take your breath when you get up, that kind of thing. Each day you are living magic. You don't need to cast a circle when you get up. You don't need to utter magic words, just to wake up. It happens, the birth of life is magic. You know, the passing of the seasons is magic. You know, the growth of flowers, the rain, the snow, the sun. These are all magic, and we don't need to cast circles in order to see these things. So I don't cast circles, and I know that may be very wrong for you, some of you people, or some of the pagans and Wiccans out there. But generally, the way it works for me is, if I need something, and I use the word need, not want, well, not always, but generally, if it's something I need, or if there's an emotion I'm feeling behind something, or if I have an intent, and I can think of the words to use, then I'll cast the spell there and then if it works, then I write it down in my on my electronic computer book of shadows. But yeah, I mean, for me, that's how magic works. It doesn't have to be ceremonial all the time. It can be any time. Magic is all around us. If we know how to tap into that magic or that energy, then that's it. That's the crux of magic. That's it on a very basic level. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. There are some key things you have to remember when you're casting a spell. That there is an ethical there's an ethical side of things, which I understand, and the Wiccan Read is very specific about that. I do follow the Wiccan Read, particularly when it says, and harm none. Do as you will and harm none. I am a very big believer in that, and when I cast my spells, I don't try to do things selfishly. I don't think magic should be used selfishly. If it's something that you need, or if you feel that it's the right time and you're not harming anyone, you're not influencing them, if you're not trying to bend their will to you, then go ahead. But if if you're using magic that will directly affect a person, in a way, then that's a no-no, because that way, you know, there's a lovely little thing called karma as well, and the threefold law. You know, things will come back to you times 3. And watched a video where that was explained a little bit more, the threefold law, and yeah, I found that really interesting, because I hadn't thought about it that way before. But threefold law basically comes back to you, it's not the fact that it comes back to you 3 times, but it the stuff that you put out, if it's good, it'll come back to you good times 3, which is mind, body, spirit. If you do something bad, then it'll come back to you mind, body and spirit, and not the case of, you know, what you put out there comes back to you like warmth 3 times. No, it works on a mind, body and spirit level. I find that actually quite cool, because that fits really, that really helped. I can't remember who explained it like that, but yeah, that person, if they're watching, you know, thank you for that, because that really explained a lot. But yeah, that's my take on magic workings, that kind of thing. So any questions or comments, leave them below. So yeah, have a good day, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Blessed be.